from AFIMAC to log into a company account and place an order for any of the 3 products: social media footprint, social media surveillance, or a physical surveillance. We're simply going to log in. You'll be prompted to enter your login name and password, and you'll be taken to this dashboard. We're logged in here as a fictitious company called Generic Logo Company. It is this fictitious company is a US-based company, so you'll see that the pricing is showing in US dollars. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to place an order for a social media footprint. Is this part of a previous order? No, this is going to be a new order, so I'll go ahead and click here. My information is auto-populated because I'm an account holder, so I can immediately go straight into the subject's information and want to give as much detail as possible on the subject to help the AFIMAC SMI investigations team locate them on social media. Okay, so I filled out all of the general information related to the subject: full name, the date of birth, the gender. This information is extremely important because if the person has a fairly common name, the date of birth will help the AFIMAC SMI investigations team identify them against anyone else with the same name. If they have an email address that you're aware of course, their address, previous address, work phone numbers, home phone numbers. Now, the reason you're conducting a social media footprint is to see if the person has a profile in any of these social media platforms. So you may not know any of them, but if you do know any of them, as an example, I inserted this one for Facebook, then please do include it because it'll help the investigators link the other social media platforms to the one that you did know. Driver's license number, workplace names, address, etc. So now we're at the educational institution, names of relations, locations and/or establishments, vehicles. What you want to do here again is include as much information as possible related to the subject and make sure that you separate all keywords by a comma. So graduation class is one keyword separated, and then majors is a second keyword in this example. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. Year of graduation and the major. Then I'm going to move on to names of relations. So anyone that you can think of that this person may be connected to on social media. I'll go and fill out some. Again, separating everything by comma. Locations and/or establishments frequented. As example, if the subject has a potential benefit claim in that is fraudulent, and they attend a gym, go and play volleyball on weekends, etc., then you're going to want to make sure that you include these. Again, separating by commas. Vehicle, same thing. I'll go ahead and insert this. And then purpose of search. Each of these is very important because the reason that you're searching will help us with other keywords that we have inserted in the back end. So hundreds of keywords are already associated with each of these categories that will help our investigations team for the social media footprint. As well, when you click on any of these, it's going to potentially bring up some other questions that you should consider to include keywords. So theft, fraud will bring up these additional questions. I'll come back to those ones. Drugs will ask for street values or suspected narcotic keywords. Bullying doesn't have any additional. Workplace violence, names of coworkers, associations, events, equipment that's utilized, and insurance locations. So if it's an accident benefit claim, intersections will help. If it's they're claiming they have a twisted ankle, but they go on vacation, rock climbing and zip lining and things like that, any vacation destinations or anything that's known would be a big help as well. So I'm going to go back into theft, and I'm going to complete some of these fields here as well. I'll insert a serial number or product number if it's known, keyword descriptors, and a potential market price if it's known. From here, I'll want to make sure that I've read the terms, conditions, privacy policy. Click that I have and understand. I'm going to sign off. And then I'm going to hit submit. So up at the top here, it shows the order was saved successfully. So that has gone to the AFIMAC SMI investigations team. You'll also see here ID number 194. It's been submitted. Here's the order number. So from here, let's assume it's pending over here, but let's assume that this social media footprint came back and the subject that you searched does have an adequate social media footprint that you would like to then pursue a social media surveillance for 30 days. If you click on the icon here, it'll again ask you, is this part of a previous order? In this case, it is. So instead of placing a new order, if yes, add a new product to your order from the selections below. Because you may have placed several other orders in the past, so you want to associate the social media surveillance to ID number 194 for that subject. So we're simply going to click Add to Order. That will again auto-populate your information, but it will also auto-populate all of the subject's information that you had previously filled out for the social media footprint order. If anything has changed, then you can of course update this form. If you're aware of a new friend that the subject has, then please include those, any new activities or areas that they may frequent, or potentially they got a new car. And then you can update your form. Again, you want to read and make sure you understand and agree to the terms, conditions, privacy policy. Sign off and hit submit. So once again, that's going to let you know the order was saved successfully, and also you'll see it down here, social media surveillance submitted, and here's the order number, here's the start date and the end date for the 30 days. From there, you can also order a physical surveillance. So after your social media surveillance, if there are enough red flags within that 30-day window that you would then like to get either photo or video evidence and a report that's ready for courts or presenting to an employee, then what you would do is order a physical surveillance. So you can add that to your order. You would again then have information all set up, auto-populated, confirm to the terms, conditions, submit. An email will go off to the AFIMAC SMI investigations team, and they will contact you for more information to begin a physical surveillance.